Hello friends, welcome back to the Python programming session. In this session, let's see how we can use the asksaveasfile name and asksaveasfile methods which comes under the file dialog module. So friends, we had already seen the file dialog module. In this particular module, we have two other methods, that is asksaveasfilename and asksaveasfile. So when does it come in handy? We have various widgets in Tkinter, like the text widget or the entry widget, wherein user can enter the data. So if we want to save that particular data into a file, then we can use this particular asksaveasfilename and asksaveasfile methods to save the details in a text file or a CSV file in our local system. So whenever we want to save the details, we can use these two particular methods and save the details in the text file or CSV file or whatever extension it might be in our local system. Let's look into it with the help of an example. From Tkinter, import star. From Tkinter, import file dialog. From Tkinter dot file dialog, import ask save as file. So this is the method which is available in file dialog module. So firstly I've imported tkinter file dialog and then ask save as file method which is available in file dialog. Now let me create my main window, call it as win, and let me create a label widget and a button widget. So let me say label1 equal to label, place it on the main window. Text on this particular label, I want it as save a file. Font should be font, I'm giving it as equal to Arial, and size is font size as 30. Background color, I'm giving it as equal to yellow. Everything should come in quotes, comma. Foreground color, I'm giving it as equal to black. And now with the help of the grid method, let me place it onto the screen. Row equal to 0, column equal to 0, pad x equal to 15, pad y equal to 15. Now let me call the main event loop. So now when I execute this particular program, I get my label in this particular manner, that is save a file, background is yellow, foreground is black, font is Arial and font size is 30. And I've given a pad x as 15, pad y of 15. So there is a padding of pad x 15 and pad y as 15. Now let me create my button widget, call it as button1 equal to button, place it in the main window. Text on this particular button, I'll make it equal to save, font equal to Arial, comma, size is given as 20, and I'm giving a width of this button as equal to 20, Background color I'm giving it as cyan. Now let me place it onto the screen by saying button1 dot grid row equal to 1, column equal to 0, pad x equal to 10, pad y is also equal to 10. So now when I run the code, I get my button which is called save, color is cyan, and it is in row 1, in the next row to the label widget. So I'm having save a file as the label widget and save is the button. When I click the button, nothing happens because I've not given the command for the button. So now let me give a command and let me call the function save. Now let me define my save function by saying def save, and now when I click the button, the file dialog box should appear. That is, it should be a ask save as file name. This particular dialog box should appear. So let me give file equal to file dialog dot ask save as file name, and it has got some parameters within it. We can specify the initial directory from where to which we want to save the file. So let me call it as initial directory. I want it equal to D drive, Python underscore programs is the folder in which I want to save. And then I can give the file types. File types means when this particular box occurs, we can specify the file type, whether it is a text file or a CSV file. So we can mention the file types equal to that is mentioned within the list of tuples. Text file, it should be represented as star.txt. This is one tuple, and my other one is a CSV file which I write it in another tuple. CSV file dot star dot CSV. So it is a list of tuples. For each of the file type, we have to enclose within a tuple, and all the file types should be enclosed within the list. After this, I can give the default extension. I'm giving my default extension equal to text file dot txt is my default extension. So after doing this, whatever file I select will be stored in file variable or the identifier. Now let's create a pointer to this particular file. So file pointer equal to open file in write mode because I want to write the contents into this particular file. Before this, let me give proverb equal to sorry okay before this let me give proverb equal to an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So this is my proverb is my variable or identifier which holds this particular text. And whatever file I've selected, I'm opening it in write mode. After opening it in the write mode, I give fp.write proverb. So this particular proverb, I want to write it into my file. After writing, I'll close my file pointer. So friends, let's see by executing this particular program. So I'm getting save a file, my label and save button. Now when I click on the save button, the file dialog box appears and I want to save it in Python programs. It should have given the default directory, initial directory equal to d colon python underscore, sorry, it's python underscore programs. Now let me run it. Before that, okay, I've closed the session. Now when I click on the file, so I get Python programs because I given my default directory as python underscore programs. So my path is D drive and then Python programs. D drive Python programs. So the default directory has appeared and default extension is txt because I given default extension as .txt. And in the list csv file also occurs because I'm giving the file type as text file or csv file. So since it is having text file and csv file, these two files appear as in the drop down menu when I click the drop down link. So it is text file, csv file, and now I'll save it in quote1. So now when I save it, the details would be saved in the quote1 text file. So now let's look into it. So now when I see in Python programs, quote1, the file has been created and it is having an, oh sorry, it's I've given it as any apple a day keeps the doctor away. So this proverb has occurred in my text file. So whatever data, so basically I'm writing the data into the file and that particular details are saved in the file in the system. So whenever in this case I've given the details in a variable, but we can also write it in the text widget or the entry widget, and the details will be we can save it in the file in the system. So now if I change this to a stitch in time saves 9, saves 9. So I've changed my proverb to this particular proverb. Now let me close my browser. Now let me run it again. Now if I say save, I can, this is the only text file available in Python programs. Now I can overwrite into this particular text file as well. Before we had created a new file called quote1. Now I want to overwrite in the quote1 file itself. So I'm selecting quote1 and I'm saying save. It asks whether you want to replace it. Yes. And now when I check my file quote1, I get a stitch in time saves 9. So the details have been modified. So we can write it in the previously existing file or we can create a new file with the help of save as file name. So whenever you have a GUI application, you want to capture the details entered by the user in a file, then we can give this save as file name. We can use this method in file dialog module and we can save the details entered by the user in the text widget or the entry widget. So it comes in handy in such scenarios. In this case, file over here returned the file name, and we opened that particular file in write mode, and then we wrote the details into the file. Now instead of ask save as file name, if I give file, I'll remove the name and I'll give it as ask save as file, and I have to mention the mode in which it has to execute. I'll give it as write mode. So friends, whenever I use ask save as file, it returns the file pointer, not the file. So it returns the file pointer basically, and I need not open the file in write mode because here I given the mode as write, so it automatically opens the file in write mode. So I can comment out this particular code, and I can directly say fp.write proverb and then fp.close. Let me say make hay while the sun shines. So here friends, I'm giving the proverb as make hay while the sun shines. So the file ask save as file returns the file pointer, but ask save as file name returns the file. That is the only difference. Now when I execute the code, click on the save button. The save as dialog box appears. Let me save it in another code file called code2. Let me click on the save button. The file gets saved. So I'm having code2, and if I click on it, it says make hay while the sun shines. So friends, it comes in handy when user wants to select the file of his choice and write the details into that particular file. So in GUI applications, whenever user wants to save the details of the text widget or the entry widget onto a text file or a CSV file or any other file for that matter, he can use ask save as file or ask save as file name. So it comes in handy in such scenarios. Hope so friends, it was clear for you. If you have any doubts, please do reach to me out in the comment section. If you like my video, click on the like button, and please do subscribe to get notifications of my new videos. Till then, see you. Bye bye.